used to live in a van, so I'd say you're pretty comfortable where you are now, or maybe uncomfortable. What was the van life like? You said it's not all it's cracked up to be. Expound on that for me.
No, van life is great. I mean, but there's no bathroom, there's no shower, there's no Wi-Fi. Van life is great for being able to climb full time. And I'm still living in the van, several months a year. It's like I'll go to Yosemite for the spring and the fall, and I'll be in the van for several months. It's like I'm still totally comfortable in the van, and I do love the van. But in terms of living life, it's like you can't have a conversation like this from the van because it's just like too hard to get stable Wi-Fi, too hard to get stable cell service. You know, it's like it has its pluses and minuses for sure.
But you're probably in a pretty nice van now. Back in like the early 2000s, I read that you were at Berkeley for a second,
Yep, yeah, for
and
a
then you
hot.
said, "Fuck this diploma," which would be very impressive. Uh, I'm gonna go live in my mom's van for a while.
Yeah, yeah. That van died though very quickly because I didn't know how to take care of it. That was a minivan, so that was pretty scrappy. And I built it.
So you just
And then
ride it to different rocks and climb them,
yeah, yeah,
sleep.
basically. Yeah, yeah, sleep in the back. And then I lived in a Fort Econoline for 10, 12 years or something, and that was pretty scrappy because I couldn't stand up. It's like you're just hunched over inside the van for all day. And then now I have the van that if you saw Free Solo the
Yeah,
film, now it's like a full size van, so I can stand up. It's pretty
it's a sweet
comfortable. It's like a
van,
small
dude.
apartment.
I
Yeah,
got
it's nice.
van envy, but I feel like a lot of us, like just non-rock climbers, we sit here and we're mostly exposed to the van lifestyle of like these IG van people. You know, the people that put a bunch of filters on their pictures, and they're very attractive people and they cook
Totally.
gourmet meals, and I'm like, what do you
Well,
think of the
that's
IG van life?
that stuff drives me crazy because the thing is, I don't think it's that cool to be in a van unless you're doing it for a reason. And the thing about
Right.
climbing is that you have to travel all the time to follow the weather and basically follow the seasons to different areas and different styles of fitness because if you're like bouldering in the winter, you're working on pure power, but then you're working on endurance like later in the spring and then like big endurance in the summer. It's like basically you have to be in different areas, like different venues to pursue different types of climbing. So you have to be super mobile. And so the van makes total sense for that. But when I see sort of like lifestyle models just like lounging in their van, just like traveling to look at beautiful places, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's a nice way to take a vacation. But like, what's the life purpose behind that? It's like, what are you doing besides just like looking at beautiful vistas all the time? I don't know. It's weird.
Everything
Like, I
seems
don't.
functional with you, and I mean that as a compliment. I mean, like, it's got a purpose. That's why you lived in that van. That's why somebody who climbs rocks for a living or just for fun would live in a van. It's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
for show. There's like, I'll put it this way. I heard you talk about pee bottles.
Yeah.
There's no way they got pee bottles in those nice vans with the IG models and
No,
the
no, they for sure. Well, it depends on how nice, because some of those vans have built-in toilets and things. But the thing is, like having a built-in bathroom in your van is actually kind of stupid because then you have to deal with gray water all the time. You have to deal with black water. You have to go to RV dump sites. It's like basically it's like a bunch of overhead.
that's me.
Is
I
that
got a
you?
stupid toilet in my van. Hey, Alex Honnold just called my van, or he called the toilet stupid. The van's sweet, but that's legendary, bro. How many people get to have their van toilet called stupid? And it is stupid because it's so much maintenance. I end up pissing outside
Of course.
anyways.
That's exactly the thing. It's like you never want to end. I mean, I just saw a van the other day where the toilet is basically like right in the center of the van. And it's like if you're with somebody, are you going to take a dump like 1 meter away from your wife? Like, no,